You've had a phenomenal career, but there have been lots of low points in that career as well. What would you say was your lowest point, and who and what did you turn to?
You know, it's happened so often that I really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow is going to be the lowest point. But I think this is part of life. If you look at it, you know, in a philosophical sense, there are those moments when you've peaked, and there are those moments that have dropped you down. What is important is that you don't get too excited about your peaks and too depressed about your downs. I just feel that if you resign yourself to the fact that this is it, and you know, nothing's going to happen from here, then that's perhaps admitting defeat.
And you've only done that once with your political career. That's it.
Yeah, but what is important is that whether we were able to learn something from it or not. And I would rather look at it as an opportunity to learn something rather than a moment which was a great loss to me. It has given me an opportunity to take a final decision. Politics is not for me, and it's out.
And apart from that, when you've been in your low points, you've never felt, like you said, you keep going. You never felt, okay, I'm just raising my hands up and saying, okay, enough. Not with work or anything, but this particular problem, like, it's got the better of me. That's never, ever occurred to you.
Yeah, I think now that you talk about it, I look upon it and contemplate and say, maybe that's not my nature. I think that it would not be my nature to, you know, raise my hands and say, this is it, enough.
That I was bankrupt or what. You could have declared, a lot of people at that point told you, declare bankruptcy, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
But that was bankruptcy for the company.
For the company, yes.
But there was personal bankruptcy as well. So, you know.
Because you were pumping all your money into the company.
That had already gone in. And even whatever the creditors and the outstandings were against the company were all legal cases against me, and there was income tax matters which just depleted everything that I had, and the house was you know, put up for auction, and you know, you sell all your cars or whatever it is that you possess, and then you think, you know, how do I get out of this, and what do I do? And I always believe that yes, there are going to be many people who will come and assist you and who will give you advice, and they're very good advice. And they will be very helpful, but eventually it's you yourself that will have to do what you have to do.
Over the years, it seems that you still haven't developed a thick skin, you know, because which is like a kind of necessity in this industry. You're very sensitive, you're thin-skinned. I understand about the big things, like obviously when you wanted to clear your name about Bofors, that's, of course, you know, you must go tooth and nail after that. But about the little things, like when two big journalists write some nonsense, why do you care?
Yeah, it has a legacy, and the legacy is that when they write, it goes down as a comment for posterity, and there's never been a reclamation or a retribution or a correction to that comment ever. And this came up to me during the time of Bofors. And one of the reasons why it inspired me to fight for, in the Bofors matter was just this. Media, whatever they write, is going to be there for time immemorial. Media becomes the history of a nation. Media becomes the thought process of the universe. If there is not going to be a correction to it, then I would like to correct it, which is why I do that.